All right, this is the hood mount for the phone so that we can drive these parking lots and gather the data on the Vialytics app. So I'll show you how you mount that. Pump it all the way until this white line is even with the black. So, all right, now we're gonna get to the phone and use the Vialytics app. So you're gonna open that up and we're gonna click on New Condition Assessment. We can go ahead and flip that camera. You're gonna click on Dry Roads and Good Lighting. You don't wanna do this at night. You don't wanna do it while it's raining. Anti-reflective fabric correctly inserted. If you have an insert in your car rather than on the hood, you wanna make sure that there's an anti-reflective device, a fabric in there so that it gets a good picture. Is the windshield clean? Yes, and we don't need it to be clean because we're outside. So then it's gonna take you to this point, and when you mount it, it's gonna have this little yellow square, and that's going to be the field where the pictures are taken. So from the right all the way to the left and below the green. So that's kind of the field of what's gonna be captured with the pictures. So what we'd wanna do is mount it right onto the mount. And I'm gonna just show you without putting it on the mount right now what it looks like. So we'll click on Done, and it takes you to this point. And then there is a clicker. You can either use the clicker to double tap to start, to pause, to restart as you go through parking lots, or you can simply click on the button. If it's obviously on your hood, you'll need the clicker so you don't have to get in and out of your vehicle. Inside the mobile app, you click on the settings and you'll see a smart button option. If it says no button registered, it will give you in the blue, instead of unlinked connected button, it will say link button. Click on link, hold the button down for 10 seconds that you will be using, and it will pair with the mobile app and you'll be good to go. This is the Vialytics application that I'm using. And right now I've already started an assessment and I've done multiple parking lots, and then I just pause it in between. And I use this little clicker here. So when I pull in, I've got it all set up. I'll just double click and now it's running. I'll just pull through this parking lot. I usually go about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The nice thing is if you come across any cars or people, when this assessment gets completed, it will actually blur out license plates. It will blur out any faces. Once I get back to this point down here, I've already been to this area, so if I don't pause it, then the software will actually just take the most recent drive through. Otherwise I can pause it by double tapping this. So I just double tap, it clicks pause, and when I get back to the point where I've already done it, I can start that again. So I'll go ahead and start it again and double tap again so it's paused. So again, you can kind of see what that looks like. Continue, so it's ready to go for the next one. Just pull in, I'm gonna double tap. When you're done, finish. And once I get to a location where I've got Wi-Fi, this will automatically upload to the Vialytics software and the assessment will be completed. Once you've driven properties and you've got information into the Vialytics software, you're going to go to the web page, vialytics.com. I'm going to log in and show you what the vendor may do and then what it will look like for facility managers or operations managers, anyone else that may want to look at what's going on at these properties. So what I'll show you here is that in the top left corner, there's on the V, if you hover over it, there's a little hamburger icon with the settings, and you can select either condition streets, plan segments. Down here, it's got assets. We've preloaded several of our properties, and the condition streets, that is what we have actually driven, and those pictures have come back. They are uploaded into the Vialytics software, and it's given us a PCI, which is the pavement condition index. Planned segments is what the vendor will create, and then the FM and the OM will go in and look, and we'll create work orders off of the planned segments. So a vendor may come in, and I know that we've driven this property here, so back out just a little. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the asset is what I did. And you'll see that the asset has a property number already listed. So I'm going to copy that asset number. And I'm just going to go back, and now I'm not in the asset. I'm not clicked on it, but I can see this. I'm going to switch over to a Google Earth view. This isn't necessary, but in the future, it might be helpful if Vialytics waypoints, or as you create these segments, will calculate the square footage. So I'm going to show you what that may look like. So I'm going to zoom in, and all these dots are pictures that have been taken. I'm going to click on this plus sign, create plan segment. And this will allow me to just select some points. So I'm just going to kind of outline the property, the parking lot, that is. And again, this may not give us an accurate square footage right now, but I believe Vialytics is working on something where when you do this, it will calculate the square footage. And if that's the case, that would be awesome for our vendors. It'd be great for us so that we can know how much parking we have to maintain. And now I'll just close that out. So the selected area you can see is 7,615 square feet. That is probably an accurate number. Down here, we'll go ahead and click on Create Plan Segment. And I'm going to take the title, and I'm just going to paste that property number in that was on the asset itself. So on all of the plan segments, you'll go in and you'll see by property number. So we can put in the description, and this can be changed after you've looked at pictures or whatever you want to do. But the vendor would go in and say, we want to crack seal and stripe. And this could be, and we'll go through kind of what this looks like. It's in planning, priority. We're going to put this as a low priority. Budget type, it is maintenance. The treatment, these can be customized. So this is something that we've kind of added. We'll allow our vendors to put in their cost for all of the items that they have a contract with or for. So crack seal, how much is a crack seal per square linear foot or whatever that may be. I'm just going to use crack seal and striping. I just put that in there. And then plan for, we can put a year. It was a low priority, so let's just say that it's 2027. And now you see the area is 146,000. So it's much different than what we saw just a few minutes ago. So that's what I'm talking about with maybe in the future that will calculate the square footage in here. So I can just put a cost. Let's say it's $6,500. And we'll go ahead and just create that plan segment. Whoops. So that's in there now. And now if I was the FM or OM or somebody who wanted to see what the vendor has recommended, I'll come back to this page, and I'm probably only going to look at plan segments. And it's only showing me one, and that's because the overview I'm only in that area, or it's only going to show me on the map what you've kind of got on the map. So if I zoom back out, I know we've done several. So now if I go back to table, it's going to show several planned segments here. So I've got some for 2025 that we have proposed, 2026, 2027. Let's go back to that one I just put in. And this is, I believe, the one we said May 2027. So I can go in there and click on this if I'm the FM or the OM. I click on details, and I could look through and see, if I scroll down, some of the details. You can edit some of these things. You can change the plan date. And then let's say, well, I want to look at the pictures. So you're going to click on this little arrows to expand that. It's going to take you to the actual property. I just click on one of those dots. That takes me to the pictures. Again, I use the little arrows. I am now looking at the pictures that correlate with the proposal that was put in. So I can go through this and just kind of go through and see exactly what you can see each picture has a PCI given to it. So as you go, we'll get up here where you can see there was a baptism going this day when these pictures were taken. There's some kids in the parking lot. This software will, when it goes through the AI, it blurs any faces and any license plate numbers. So you can see the kids are gone from that now because they had moved. But there's several people. I kind of zoom in. You can see that they've blurred any of those faces. So that's kind of cool. Keeps privacy, and you can go through the whole thing. So I'll get out of that. Kind of come back, go back to the planning, and again, you can see all of the proposals. So they'll have a description and the treatment that is recommended. A cost will be over here. And then if the FM wants to adjust any of those, they can obviously go in and change the year. And once we have validated everything that needs to be done, we can simply take this planned chart. Let's say it's for 2026. I only want the 2026 properties. And then I can export these. And it's going to put that into a Excel spreadsheet. And that's something that we can take and put right into Corrigo through Corrigo support and create work orders. So that's kind of a basic overview of maybe what that looks like. Obviously, some of this can be customized for us when we get to it. Right now, we're just in beta. We're in a demo. And so they would customize some of this for us. And the FMs, the idea is that it would be by FM group. So each FM would have just their properties that they would see. RFM would be able to see their whole area and so forth. So we could give viewing rights to different individuals and different groups.